聖杯を手に入れるためにマスターがサーバントを呼び出すじゃない。聖杯が手に入るからサーバントはマスターの呼び出しに応じるのよ。
The servants have wishes too? Does that mean Saber also has a wish she once granted by the Holy Grail?
だからサーバントはマスターが命令しなくとも他のマスターを消しにかかる。聖杯を手に入れるのは一人だけ。自分のマスター以外に聖杯が渡るのは彼らだって承知できないのよ。マスターと違ってサーバントには霊樹を奪うなんてことはできない。彼らが他のマスターを無力化するには殺す以外に方法がない。だからね、たとえマスター本人に戦う意志がないとしても戦いは避けられないのよ。サーバントに襲われたマスターは自分のサーバントでこれを撃退する。それが聖杯戦争なんだって綺麗から嫌っていうほど聞かされたでしょ。
Yeah, you told me enough of that last night, but that means that servants must fight to kill each other. I thought it would have been enough as long as the master has made peace with each other and gave up the Holy Grail. But if servants answer the summons because they also seek the Holy Grail, and will never give up until they have it, then battles between servants really are inevitable. But then, is the girl who fought so hard to protect me also here to fight, kill for, and maybe die, all for the Holy Grail? That's awful. I don't know exactly what a heroic spirit is, but Saber is human. I even saw her bleed yesterday.
その点は安心して。サーバントに生死はないから。サーバントは絶命しても本来の場所に帰るだけだもの。英霊っていうのはもう死んでも死なない現象だからね。戦いに敗れて殺されるのは当事者であるマスターだけよ。
No, I mean, even if their deaths are figurative, it doesn't change the fact that something which takes form of a human dies in this world.
何、人殺しだっていうの？魔術師のくせにまだそんな正義感振り回してるわけ？あなた。
Tussock is right. As a mage, death is never far. I understand that fact, and I've long since resigned myself to it. But I'm not strong enough to be the judge of when and where other people should live or die. Of course I do. I won't be party to some war where people murder each other.
へえ、それじゃあミスミス殺されるのを待つだけなんだ。で、勝ちを他のマスターに譲るのね。
That's not my point. All I have to do is stay alive until the end, right? I don't intend to kill anyone, and I'm also not going to hold back if I need to defend myself. Someone who shows up ready to kill others can't complain about getting killed.
受けに回るんだ。それじゃあ他のマスターが何をしようが傍観するのね。例えば昨日のあいつが暴れ回って町の人間を皆殺しにしても無視するってわけ？
Oh no, that guy can have the fucking town. The thing from yesterday? That twisted inhuman demon. It's strong enough to level a house with a single blow. If it set its mind to it, I'm sure it could destroy all of Miyama overnight. To make matters worse, servants can turn into spirit form. Humans who lack the ability to sense the supernatural can't even see them. But as soon as spirits materialize, they can interact with the physical world. You could say they're the ultimate weapons. No modern technology or weaponry can affect the spiritual form. Our attacks don't work on them, but they can hurt us. It's a depressingly one-sided arrangement. From a normal person's point of view, servants may as well be natural disasters. When people die to an invisible killer, those deaths will just be treated as accidents or natural causes. What do you mean? Don't masters and servants only attack other masters? What do people in town have to do with it?
ええ、そうだったらどんなに平和なことか。けど、それなら見届け役の綺麗なんていらないでしょ。一つ言い忘れていたけど、サーバントっていうのは霊なの。彼らはもう完成したものだから、今以上の成長はない。けど、燃料である魔力は別よ。蓄えた魔力が多ければ多いほど、サーバントは生前の特殊能力を自由に行使できるわ。そのあたりは私たち魔術師と一緒なんだけど、あなたこの意味わかる？
Yeah, it's like repeatedly using magecraft. Magical energy is like gunpowder. The mage is the gun itself. Like how there are different guns, pistols, rifles, shotguns. Mages all have a variety of abilities. To continue the metaphor, servants are more like artillery cannons than firearms. They burn a huge amount of gunpowder to launch massive shells.
そうよ。けどサーバントたちは私たちみたいに自然からマナを提供されてるわけじゃない。基本的に彼らは自分の中だけの魔力で活動する。それを補充するのが私たちマスターで、サーバントは自分の魔力プラス主であるマスターの魔力分しか生前の力を発揮できないの。けどそれだとあなたみたいに半人前のマスターじゃ優れたマスターにはかなわないってことになるでしょ。その抜け道っていうか、当たり前って言えば当たり前の方法なんだけれど、サーバントは他から魔力を補充できる。サーバントは霊体だから同じものを食べてしまえば栄養は取れるってこと。
So we eat the other servants! Yes! Eating something similar? You mean other spiritual bodies? But what kind of spirits would they eat?
簡単でしょ。自然霊は自然そのものから力を汲み取る。なら人間霊であるサーバントは一体何から力を汲み取ると思う？
Oh. It really is an easy question. Just as we eat meat, human spirits like servants have to eat.
ごめんと。まあ魔力の補充なんて聖杯に補助されたマスターからの提供だけで大抵は事足りる。けど一人より大勢の方が大量摂取できるのは当然でしょ。はっきり言ってしまえばね、実力のないマスターはサーバントに人を食わせるのよ。サーバントは人間の原感情や魂を魔力に変換する。自分のサーバントを強くしたいのならそれが一番効率がいい。人間を殺してサーバントへの生贄にするマスターは決して少なくないわ。
Sacrifice. Are you saying there might be masters out there who go around killing people to make their servants stronger if they're not choosy about their methods?
そうね。けど頭のいいやつならそんな無駄なことはしないんじゃないかな。いい？サーバントがいくら強力でも魔力の器そのものには限界がある。能力値以上の貯蔵はできないんだから、殺して回るにしても限度があるわ。それにあからさまに殺人を犯せば教会が黙ってないし、何よりそのシーンからサーバントの能力と正体が他のマスターたちにバレかねない。もちろんマスター自身の正体もね。聖杯戦争は自分の正体を隠していた方が圧倒的に有利だから、普通のマスターならサーバントを出し惜しみするはずよ。
I get it. If you don't let anyone know you're a master, then the other masters won't attack you. Conversely, if the other masters know who you are, you're just asking to be ambushed. It stands to reason that no one would be reckless enough to let their servant attack civilians and then risk getting exposed. Well, that's a relief. As long as a master doesn't order it, servants shouldn't indiscriminately attack people.
でしょうね。仮にも英雄だもの。自分から人を殺して回るやつはそもそも英雄だなんて呼ばれないだろうけど。もう断言はできないか。
There are actually plenty who would.
暴虐者だからこそ英雄になった例なんていくらでもあるんだし。
Tosaka just casually raises a truly terrifying point. That she sounds genuine about it rather than sarcastic or ironic might be a reflection of her own twisted nature.
話を戻しましょうか。で、どうするの？人殺しはしないっていうエミヤ君は他のマスターが何をしようが傍観するんでしたっけ？
I take it back. She's not only twisted, she's a jerk who's going out of her way to drive me into a corner with a smile. If it comes to that, I'll go in to stop them. The master won't have much to do as long as their servant has been defeated, right?
はっきれた。自分からマスターは倒さない。けど他のマスターが悪事を働いたら倒すって言うんだ。
He really is an A to B thinker.
エミヤ君、自分が矛盾してるって分かってる？
Yeah, I know they're just pretty words, but I can't think of anything else. I'm not changing my principles, no matter what you say.
問題点が一つあるけど、言っていいかしら？
I can see the gears turning in her head. She's up to something. But I promised to listen, so I need to hear. But I promised to listen, so I need to hear her out. Yeah.
昨日のマスター覚えてる？エミヤ君と私を簡単に殺せとか言ってた子だけど。
How can I forget? She attacked us on our way home without any warning.
あの子、必ず私たちを殺しに来る。それはエミヤ君にも分かってると思うけど。
If that happens, we just pray to whatever higher power there is. Oh, right. That girl's a master too. She knows that Tosaka and I are both masters, so she's bound to come after us eventually. It could be today or tomorrow, but we've already signed our death warrants. I have no chance of stopping that monster.
あの子のサーバント、バーサーカーは桁違いよ。マスターとして未熟なあなたにあれは撃退できない。自分からは何もしないで身を守るって言うけど、あなたは身を守ることさえできないわ。
Look who's talking. You have no chance against that thing either.
正面からじゃ勝てないでしょうね。白兵戦ならあれは最強のサーバントよ。きっと歴代のサーバントの中でもあれと並ぶやつはいないと思う。私もバーサーカーに襲われたら逃げ延びる手段はないわ。
That goes for me too. I'm pretty sure I won't survive the next round with that thing. My hand moves unconsciously to my stomach. The wound is closed. It's probably not even fair to call this a wound. It's the spot. It's the spot where a gigantic sword nearly killed me instantly. I can't shake off the sudden wave of nausea that wells up in me when I imagine the next time I might get a taste of that blade.
そういうこと。分かった。何もしないままで聖杯戦争の終わりを待つなんて選択肢はないってことが。
Yeah, I know that now. But Tosaka, I'm not sure what your point is. I'm sure you're not here to make fun of my inevitable doom, are you?
そこまで悪趣味じゃない。もうここまで言ってるのにわからない？要するに私と手を組まないかって言ってるの。
What? What now? What? If I take those words at face value, that means you want to team up with me, Tosaka?
そう。私のアーチャーは致命傷を受けて目下治療中。完全に回復するまで時間がかかるけど、それでも半人前ぐらいの活躍はできるはずよ。で、そっちはサーバントは申し分ないけど、マスターが足引っ張ってやっぱり半人前。ほら、合わせればちょうどいいわ。
Yeah. The servant and a servant is definitely affected by by their master. Hey, I'm not that bad of a mage.
私が知る限りでもう3回も死にそうになったのに、1日で3回も殺されかける人間なんて初めて見たけど。
No one tell her this was a slow day. But
同盟の対価ぐらいは払うわ。アーチャーを倒されたことはチャラにしてあげて、マスターとしての知識も教えてあげる。あと暇があればエミヤ君の魔術の腕を見てあげてもいいけど、どう
it is an attractive proposition. I know next to nothing, and Tosaka does seem knowledgeable. And I'd like to avoid fighting her if I can.
エミヤ君、答え聞かせてほしいんだけど。
She urges me to make a choice. Is this a divergent path? It kinda is. But it really doesn't affect anything. Because that leads to an entirely different route, so it's not going to do anything anyway. Let's team up. Besides, I don't have much of a choice. There's too much I don't know, and I have no experience as a mage. If Tosaka is offering to help me, however temporary, it's an offer I can't turn down. Right, all right, I'll take your offer, Tosaka. Honestly, I really appreciate your help.
決まりね。それじゃあ握手しましょう。とりあえずバーサーカーを倒すまでは味方同士ってことで。
All right, yeah, I guess that should be the arrangement. I guess I don't have control over the timing, but it'd probably help to know the timeline. I shake the offered hand. I'm a little perplexed. Tosaka's hand is so soft, it reminds me she's a girl. My hand in comparison is covered with scratches and seems a poor match for hers. The moment I think it, I find myself getting embarrassed. I quickly pull my hand back.
何どうしたの？やっぱり私と協力するのは嫌？
It's not that. I really appreciate it that I'm going to be able to work with you. That was more a personal thing, so don't worry about it. Tosaka looks at me strangely. Her face turns mischievous. What? I might dissolve our agreement, and if you say something stupid, I'm serious, I really will.
あなた、女の子の手を握るの初めてだったんでしょ。なんだ、顔が広いように見えて白ってば奥手なんだ。
Wrong, that's not true. Baka. There's no way in hell I could say I got embarrassed because it was her hand. And yeah, fine, I haven't really touched the girl so intimately before, but... And no, Fujini doesn't count! Ouch. She's more like something from a different planet than someone of a different gender. God damn. Hey, hold on. What did Tosaka just say?
聞いてた通り、ほんと顔に出るのね。まあ、今のは追求しないであげましょう。変につっついて意地を張られても困るし。じゃあ、まずは鉄撃。これあげるから強力な証と思って。
I don't know where she has been keeping it, but she tugs out a giant book and slaps it on the table. It looks like a diary. There's no title, and the cover is wine red. It seems to be Tosaka's trademark color.
私の父さんの持ち物だけど、もういらないからあげる。一人前のマスターには必要ないものだけど、あなたには必要だと思って。
Tosaka gestures for me to flip through it. Okay, thanks. I open to a random page, and then... There's nothing written on the pages, but a strange image plops up. Unlock status menu, unlock weapon menu. Oh. There's nothing written on the pages, but a strange menu, a strange image pops up into my head. Oh, this is completely different than how it was in the original. Huh? Tosaka, what is this?
各サーバントの能力表よ。聖杯戦争には決められたルールがあるのはもう分かってるでしょ。それはサーバントにも当てはまるの。まず呼び出される英霊は7人だけ。その7人も聖杯があらかじめ作っておいたクラスになることで召喚が可能となる。英霊そのものを引っ張ってくるより、その英霊に近い役割を作っておいて、そこに本体を呼び出すっていうやり方ね。口寄せとか降霊術は呼び出した霊を術者の中に入れて何らかの助言をさせるでしょ。それと同じ。時代の違う霊を呼び出すにはあらかじめ箱を用意しておいた方がいいのよ。
Classes. Oh, so that's why Saber is called Saber.
そういうこと。英霊たちは正体を隠すものだって言ったでしょ。だから本名は絶対口にしない。自然、彼らを表す名称は呼び出されたクラス名になる。で、その用意されたクラスはセイバー、ランサー、アーチャー、ライダー、キャスター、アサシン、バーサーカーの7つ。
There's actually even more classes.
聖杯戦争のたびに1つや2つはクラスの変更はあるみたいだけど、今回は基本的なラインナップね。通説によると最も優れたサーバントはセイバーだとか。これらのクラスはそれぞれ特徴があるんだけど、サーバント自体の能力は呼び出された英霊の格によって変わるから注意して。
Heroic spirit's rank. You mean how strong they were in life?
それもあるけど、彼らの能力を支えるのは知名度よ。生前何をしたか、どんな武器を持っていたかってのは不変のものだけど、彼らの基本能力はその時代でどのくらい有名なのかで変わってくるわ。英霊は神様みたいなものだから、人間に崇められるほど強さが増すの。存在が濃くなるとでも言うのかしらね。信仰を失った神霊が精霊に落ちるのと一緒で、人々に忘れ去られた英雄にはそう大きな力はない。もっとも忘れられていようが知られていなかろうが、元が強力な英雄だったらある程度の能力は維持できると思うけど。
Then if the hero is well known and their legend was extraordinary...
間違いなく A ランクのサーバントでしょうね。そういった意味でもバーサーカーは最強かもしれない。何しろギリシャ神話における最も有名な英雄だもの。神代の英雄たちはそれだけで特殊な宝具を持っているっていうのに、英雄自体が強いんじゃ手の打ちようがない。
Tasaka, what the heck's a novel phantasm?
そのサーバントが生前使っていたシンボル、英雄と魔剣聖剣の類はセットでしょ。要するに彼らの武装のことよ。
Huh? Weapons? Like sabers, invisible sword?
まあね、あれがどんな曰くを持っているか知らないけど、セイバーのあれは間違いなく宝具でしょう。言うまでもないと思うけど、英雄ってのは人名だけじゃ伝説には残れない。彼らにはそれぞれトレードマークとなった武器がある。それが奇跡を願う人々の思いの結晶、ノーブルファンタズムとされる最上級の武装なわけ。
Now, this information isn't completely right. It's not the whole thing. I'll explain another time. So it's a powerful magical item.
そうそう、ぶっちゃけた話、英霊だけでは強力な魔術、神秘には太刀打ちできないわ。けれどそこに宝具が絡んでくると話は別よ。宝具を操る英霊は数段格上の精霊さえ打ち滅ぼす。何しろ伝説上に現れる聖剣、魔剣はほとんど魔法の域に近いんだもの。最強の幻想種である竜を殺す剣だの、万里をかける靴だの、果ては神殺しの魔剣まで。ともかくこれで無敵じゃないはずがないっていうぐらい英霊たちが持つ武装は桁が違う。サーバントの戦いはこの宝具のぶつかり合いにあると言っても過言じゃないわ。
So what you're saying is that these servants who are heroic spirits will most definitely have at least one noble phantasm.
ええ、原則として一人の英霊が持てるのは一つの宝具だけとされるわ。
Sure.
大抵は剣とか槍ね。ほら、中国に破山剣ってあるじゃない。一振りしかできないけど、その一振りで山をも立つっていう魔術品。それと似たようなものだと思う。
Hey Lotus Prince, welcome to the stream. How was your day? Things are going well. We almost died 3 times.
はその神明を呪文にして発動する奇跡だから、そうおいそれと使えるものじゃないんだけど。
Huh? It activates when the weapon's name is spoken, right? Why would that make it so hard to use?
あのね、武器の名前を言えば、そのサーバントがどこの英雄か分かっちゃうじゃない。
Yep.
英雄と魔剣はセットなんだから、武器の名前が分かれば、持ち主の名前もおのずと知れてしまう。そうなったら、長所も短所も丸分かりでしょ。
And this is a classic thing with the Fate series. Information is everything. If that happens, you'll even know their strengths and weaknesses. I see. Yeah, you make a good point. Now that I think back, when Lancer used his noble phantasm, Saber immediately figured out his identity. Something about Ireland's Child of Light. Okay, so servants are separated by classes, and each of them are heroic spirits suited to that class. They're all concealing their identities, and the weapons that they wield are the most powerful aces they've got up their sleeve. But they can't use it freely, or they would wind up revealing their identity.
以上でサーバントについての講義は終わり。詳しいことはその本を見ればわかるから、一息ついたら目を通しなさい。慣れてくれば、その本がなくても直感でサーバントを判断できるようになるから。
With that, Tosaka stands up.
さて、それじゃあ私は戻るけど。
Eh? Yeah, thanks. And I'm still sitting on the floor, so I look up at Tosaka, and she gets. So I look up at Tosaka as she gets ready to leave.
協力関係になったからって間違わないでね。私とあなたはいずれ戦う関係にある。最後の日になって他のマスターたちが倒れているにしろ、全員健在であるにしろ、これだけは変わらない。だから私を人間と見ない方が楽よ、エミヤ君。
After making it very clear where we stand, Tosaka leaves for her home. Okay, so we are going. I'm actually going to save this in a new slot. Just for safety's sake. So, we are going to start wrapping up, but before we do, I was hoping to unlock these. So we've got that here. Wow, they even changed how this looks. Yeah, details on the weapon. This was the weapon that Berserker was using. A named axe sword, Berserker. Stone sword that Berserker uses. The Einburns procured it from the foundation of a temple and used it as a catalyst to summon Heracles. Heracles was especially proficient with the bow, but he has lost his weapons and techniques due to his madness enhancement. Surprised we don't have Lancer's weapon here. Wow, they really cleaned this up. So, Saber, Master Shiro Amiya, we don't know her true name. Female, 154 centimeters, 42 kilograms, alignment lawful good. Strength B, Constitution C, Agility C, Magic B, Luck B, Noble Phantasm C. We got no profile. Class skill, magical resistance, cancel all magic below A. In reality, modern and mages cannot hurt Saber. Riding B, riding ability, can ride most things better than the average person, but can't hide beasts that are demonic but can't ride beasts that are demonic and holy ranked beasts. Innate skill, intuition A, the ability to constantly sense the best course of action for oneself during battle. A well-honed sixth sense is akin to precognition, and it reduces disturbances that interfere with the vision and hearing by half. Magic Burst A. This was how she was fighting Berserker. It wraps magical energy around her weapon or her own body and improves ability is by releasing energy in an instant. In other words, it is a jet thruster made of magical energy. Not only does Saber use magical energy for swordplay, she also utilizes it for defense and movement. She is able to fight Berserker despite having the physique of a young girl because of her massive amount of magical energy. An ordinary weapon has no powerful divine protection. Divine protection cannot endure her magical energy-filled attacks and would be destroyed in a single blow. And oh yeah, we do have a Noble Phantasm thing. Oh, it's a big one. Invisible Air, Barrier of the Wing King, rank C, anti-personnel, range 1 to 2, maximum targets 1 item. The Unseen Sword, it doesn't let the enemy know the weapon's distance. It is simple, but proves to be tremendously effective in hand-to-hand combat. It is a Noble Phantasm protected by a powerful magecraft, so it does not mean that the sword itself is invisible. The sword blade sheathed in wind and changes as the refractive index of light and makes the original shape of the sword invisible. It is not exactly a vacuum state, but the wind wrapped around the blade itself is a lethal weapon and seems to increase the destructive power of slashing attacks. It can only create a vacuum state in the instant and the compressed wind is released. In the instance where the target of the attack has resistance to modifications caused by visual disturbances, modification of hit accuracy due to barrier of the Wing King will be ineffective. In addition to making the blade invisible, it can also release the compressed wind and then shoot it as a single-use projectile weapon. And in that case, the damage is limited and isn't affected by Saber's own magical energy or physical strength. Lancer. Master, we don't know. True name, Cuchulainn. Gender, male. 185, 70 kilograms. Lawful balanced. B, C, A, C, E, B. The fact that his luck is E. Great hero of Ireland, the demigod born of Vlu, the god of light, and the king of Ulster, Concobar's young sister, Daichtine. His childhood name was Satanta, and he was predicted to live as a hero. Cuchulainn means Cuchulainn, savage dog. When Satanta was young, he accidentally killed a guard dog of a wealthy merchant, Cuchulainn. And Satanta swore, if this dog has a child, I'll raise it to be strong and loyal like him. Until then, I'll protect you with my life, hence the name. As an adult, Cuchulainn would travel the demon-infested land of shadows and win the hand of his future wife. After overcoming many obstacles, he arrives in the land of shadows and earns the favor of the witch Sakha. Sakha was the ruler of the land of shadows, and under her, Cuchulainn learned many magical and physical techniques. Subsequently, he acquired the weapon that would come to represent him, the demonic spear known as Gaibolg. He leaves the land of shadow spear in hand. According to legend, Cuchulainn is brave, compassionate, and a pleasant young man. He defeats his enemies mercilessly in battle, but is a man of integrity who's never broken a promise. Celtic soldiers have a custom. They make an oath with a Gaius since soldiers who violate their oath fall under a curse. In accordance with his namesake, Cuchulainn made an oath to never eat dogs for the rest of his life. He tried his best to keep the oath, but it helped cause his death. In order to protect his country of Ulster, lacking in might as it was, Cuchulainn exchanged oaths with his enemies, sometimes at his own expense. His famous oaths included an oath that he took with his arch-enemy, Queen Mab, to fight only one soldier a day, and that oath... and the oath he made with his foster father, Fergus, to yield to him in battle. Both these incidents are invoked in the history of the war between Ulster and the neighboring country of Connacht. War began with Mab, Queen of Connacht, when Mab, Queen of Connacht, invaded Ulster. Her aim was to steal Ulster's golden bull to win a bet against her husband. Cuchulainn led the small Ulster army against a myriad of assembled forces of Connacht and drove them back after 7 years of fighting. At that time, Cuchulainn captures Queen Mab, but releases her, having sworn an oath not to kill women. Ulster and Connacht reconciled in the aftermath, but Queen Mab has Fergus killed in revenge, viewing Cuchulainn's mercy as an insult. Eventually, Cuchulainn would be forced to break all his oaths. Sapped of all his strength, he is pierced in the side with a spear. Prideful Cuchulainn refuses to die on the ground and ties his body to a pillar to remain upright. Holy crap. On the verge of death, he sees an otter floating in the river, drinking its own blood. He lets out a laugh, tickled by its self-destructive hunger. When he dies on his feet, he then dies on his feet. Now a legendary hero, Cuchulainn attains the divine protection of Morrigan, the goddess of war and fate, who had power over death. Also a succubus. I'm kidding with that one. But any Doc Storches peeps around? Of course, Cuchulainn immediately starts causing trouble. First, he rejects Morrigan's protection. This enrages her, and so he takes the form of many animals. So she takes the form of many animals and tries to kill him. Cuchulainn repels all her attacks, and having bested at her, heals her wounds. Morrigan admires his kindness and integrity, and thus resolves to support him from behind the scenes in order to preserve his pride. She keeps watching over him while taking care not to intervene directly in his predicaments. Magic-resistant seed nullifies magecraft incantation shorter than 2 measures, does block larger scales. Battle continuation makes it possible to fight on the verge of death and can survive as long as there is no definitive fatal wounds. Disengage, the ability to withdraw from battle. It can also reset a losing battle back to the beginning, the first turn, and reset the condition to a technique back to their initial value. Definitive B, whether or not one has divine and spirit aptitude. The higher it is, the more physically mixed with divine spirits one is. Yeah, so demigods usually have that. Guy Bolg, soaring spear that plunges with death. Rank B, anti-personnel, 2 to 4, 1 person. A cursed spear that always pierces one's heart if it strikes. The fatal thrust from the demonic spear Guy Bolg. Its true ability is to reverse cause and effect, causing the spear to thrust after it has already penetrated the opponent's heart. Since the spear has struck before even beginning the thrust, it is impossible to defend or prevent it. The result has already been decided. High agility cannot prevent Guy Bolg. Instead, high luck is necessary to reverse one's fortunes before Guy Bolg is activated. So it apparently requires at least B luck. Because we know Saber got hit by that thing. Archer Rentosaka, true name we don't know. Gender male, 187 and 78 kilograms. Neutral balanced. DCCB E. Holy shit, he's got terrible luck. And we don't know. Don't know. Magic resistance D, so we know that. And independent action. Ability to be independent, even if supplied with magical... even if the supply of magical energy from one's master runs out. If they are a B rank, it is possible to stay in this world for 2 days, even if they lose their master. And we don't know his noble phantasm. We don't know writer. We don't know caster. We don't know assassin. But we do know berserker. Holy shit! Master Elias von Iceburn, true name Heracles. His gender male. 253 centimeters, 311 kilograms. He is a big boy. Chaotic madness. Strength A+, Constitution A, Agility A, Magic A, Luck B, Noble Phantasm A. Holy fucking shit. The greatest hero in Greek mythology, the demigod hero was a product of the chief deity Zeus and a human woman. Heracles is skilled in every aspect, but there was a big problem with his personality. During his childhood, he beat his lyra teacher to death over a trivial matter. He then spent his days as a shepherd until adulthood. In order to reform himself into a composed man. Heracles, who grew up to be a fine young man, accomplished a great many deeds that caused the king of Thebes to grant his daughter Megara to him. They had 2 children, and he earned the right to succeed the king. Heracles was young and strong, and had already become an existence that no human could possibly hope to defeat. It seemed that. And as if the rest of Heracles' life with his family was going to be smooth sailing. However, Zeus's wife, Hera, detested Heracles because he was a child of Zeus and had Zeus and a human, and influenced his fate at every opportunity. Hera instilled madness in Heracles, which made him go insane, and he ended up killing Megara and his 2 children. Troubled by the sins that he committed, he received an oracle. He was to atone by becoming a slave to Eurystheus, as the man who snatched the kingship that would have originally been his to claim. Eurystheus was jealous of the strong hero Heracles and gave him many difficult tasks, declaring that he would stay a slave until he finished them. They were all labors that could not be achieved by regular humans. They became widely known as the 12 labors of Heracles. There were only 10 labors that the gods had imposed as punishment for Heracles' sin, but two more were added by Eurystheus because he did not approve of the fulfillment of 2 of them. Yeah, he had helped with 2. No, because of Aeolus. But Heracles managed to complete even those tasks, and it may have been because he had just been granted freedom, but he even received an immortal body as proof of his great deeds. This marked the beginning of the legend of the greatest hero of Greece, Heracles, who accomplished deeds equivalent to the Argo expedition of the Trojan war by himself, and he was as a member of the Argonauts. However, Heracles' life after that was filled with madness. Hera's hatred was endless, and Heracles was supposed to be immortal. Was poisoned by one of his wives. The great hero who fought a competitive battle against the sun god as a human was slowly getting killed due to the goddess's persistent jealousy. While on the verge of death, Heracles burned his own body, which was still affected by poison, and entrusted himself to Zeus's judgment. Didn't hear that part. Might have been from a different legend. The gods approved of Heracles' great deeds, and in a conference and prepared a seat for him in Olympus after his death, effectively deifying him. Heracles went mad many times in Greek mythology, but originally he was an excellent soldier who could use many weapons. Heracles actually possessed attributes that could allow him to be categorized as any of the regular servant classes, including caster. Really? The best noble phantasm that he owned and that he earned during the 12 labors. It is a boat called 9 Lives. Madness Enhancement B. It increases the rank of the parameter, but takes away most of one's reasoning. Yeah, that's how Madness Enhancement works. It's your reason for more power. Ability to survive makes it possible to fight on the verge of death and can survive as long as there are no definitive wounds. Mind's Eye Fake B. Avoiding damage by intuition or sense. Valor A+. The ability to nullify mental interference such as coercion, confusion, and bedazzlement. And also has an effect of increasing combat damage. However, because he is currently being madness enhanced due to class ability, the skill cannot take effect. Divinity A. Whether or not the higher it is, being Zeus's son and having been welcomed by the gods after his death, Heracles' divine spirit and aptitude can be considered to be one of the highest class. We don't even know what this is named. Immortality that was gained from the god's blessing curse turns the body into a sturdy armor and nullifies all attacks rank B or lower. Rank B, anti-personnel, range, max targets 1 person. But we actually ran off after reading that data. We actually ran over after reading that data. But yeah, we are going to end there today. So, how is that? We died almost 3 times in one night. I'm sure that'll never happen again, right? Right? Guys? Right? Okay, so yeah. Now the story is truly kicking off, and it's right. We are going to start going after our other servants, sort of. So let us set up a raid. Let's see. Jaybird just started streaming. They are playing Mindustry. We also have Ryokyo, who's playing Mario Kart. May's playing the remastered Tomb Raider games. We have Kuro is playing Star Rail, but I want to avoid spoilers on that. I know it's been a while. Ooh, we have another fox here in Hills. We will raid her. She is chatting right now. Oh, we can't raid her. Well, why not raid Jaybird? Oh, wow. All right, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you like my stuff and you haven't already, please leave a follow. It helps me as a small VTuber. I upload all my stuff on YouTube, and you can also check my socials down there. So, tomorrow we will be continuing the fight in Hollow Knight. So I hope to see you there. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Metis Balaska signing.